Center fielder number 13, Brady Crouch. Batting second, the catcher, number 11, Carson Stoffer. Batting third, the shortstop, number 6, Jason Randall. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 9, Jake Sanderson. Batting fifth, number 5 at first base, Clint Bundy. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 4, Parker Staley. Batting seventh, DH, number 7, Clayton Bowler. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 14, Tice Staley. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 2, Jackson Hyatt. Rounding out the lineup, right field, number 3, Dallin Bowler. So, Coach, what's your expectations on this game?
Well, I expect a really good ball game. Griffin Bone had a great game against Duchesne at Duchesne. They got the 1-0 victory. I saw him pitch earlier in the year down at Crimson Cliffs when he got the win over a really good Canyon View team. I know Enterprise has won the 2 games previous to this one. Obviously the advantage, they're the number 2 seeded team behind South Sevier, the number 1 team. Enterprise comes in with an 18-4 record. I would expect them to come out on top of this one, but they're going to have to go through Griffin Bone to do it.
Yep, number 1, the best one that Kanab can throw at them. So we're just a few minutes away from the first pitch here. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
The home team, the Enterprise.
For more than 40 years, Jones & DeMille Engineering has been shaping the quality of life of those around us. They are committed to the communities in which they live and work and take pride in being able to protect and enhance them. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they strive to serve with a professional, personalized touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project, earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Harmon Tire in Nephi is proud to sponsor this broadcast of high school sports and wants to wish the Joab Wasps good luck. Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi, has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheels, shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps!
Live high school sports action on KSBC.
Yeah, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, Larry H. Miller Field. Final ball game of the night between the Kanab Cowboys and the Enterprise Wolves. And just want to remind you, V6 Media, your organization or business, has an amazing story. Let V6 Media help you tell that story and connect with your audience using the power of persuasive video. It's more affordable than you think. See v6.media for examples and info. Especially you folks out there in the Uinta Basin that may be listening to our ball game here tonight and watching it on channelv6.com. Got the coaches meeting going on right now. Cal Bundy out there, he's been to a few of these playoffs games, hasn't he, Coach?
Yeah, he has. He knows this territory really well. Got a couple of state championships, and usually has his teams ready to go come playoff time.
Yep, Coach Craig Brinkerhoff, of course, that's his first year after taking over for Mason Fox.
Yeah, and I was going to say, this tournament was originally scheduled for UVU, and then they had that conflict with their schedule. But Coach Brinkerhoff might have had the advantage there playing at UVU and knowing that field pretty good and those facilities.
Having had played there, yep. So, So the umpires in there just going over the ground rules and stuff here. We've got our broadcast partners, V6 Media. We've got cameras, so you need to check it out. They've got some pretty good camera angles here to show the ball game, and you don't have to look at me or Nolan. It's just field views here, and he's pointing at us up here.
Yeah,
the umpire was.
And I was just going to point out the first time these two teams played, it was Kanab at Enterprise, and Enterprise with the 1-run win, 7-6, and then when Enterprise traveled to Kanab 3 days later, Enterprise with the 12-1 victory in that one. So obviously Enterprise head-to-head has the 2 wins to Kanab's 2 losses. Kanab is 11-7 overall. They're the number 6 seed. We mentioned already Enterprise the number 2 seed with an 18-4 overall record.
Well, our little tea party's breaking up. As we're looking over the field here, right now just almost the entire infield's in the shadows, outfield's in the sun. Wind's going to be kind of tough on the center and left side of the outfield, or not the wind, the sun. Wind really not a big problem today, just blowing enough maybe to keep any bugs that might be hanging around off of you. So, got Carson Stauffer on the mound, or not Carson Stauffer, Parker Staley on the mound for Coach Kyle Bundy. He's going to face Cale Glover, Jackson Riddle, and Lane Sims for Coach Craig Brinkerhoff. Yeah, good, great weather we've had today. Kind of a switch from most of the stuff we've had to put through or put up with this spring. And beautiful backdrop here at Larry H. Miller Stadium. Got the pine trees out in the center. They're the convention center across the way. And field dimensions, 347 feet down the left field line. We've already found that it is reachable. Kenyon Okerlund in the last ball game. 402 feet to dead center field, 343 feet to right field. Power alleys are 380 and 388 and left to right. So, big field, but if you get a hold of it here today, the ball is going to travel.
Yeah, and Parker Staley going to be called upon for Enterprise to do the pitching duties. He's got a 1.80 ERA. Kind of their go-to guy all year long.
So he's going to face Cale Glover. First pitch just about on the way. Cale asked for time. He's got it. We're ready for the first pitch here. Parker Staley, first pitch fastballs. Just blows it by Cale Glover.
Yeah, and, we talked about the 7-6 win and then a 12-1 win. Not a, really not a huge advantage in that first game for either team. It was back and forth, but then that second game, Enterprise got the bats going.
Second pitch, fouled back just like the first, another fastball. Cale Glover got a piece of it. Parker Staley likes to work quick. Cale Glover steps out. Like I said, they're pretty familiar with each other. He does have a good curveball, got good velocity on his fastball. And another fastball, 3 straight fastballs. Cale Glover's got under the last 2 of them.
Yeah, Staley looks like right now the focus this first time through the lineup, at least starting off with Cale Glover, the leadoff, is to challenge him with the fastballs first.
Curveball there, he ducks, almost ducked into that one.
Yeah, there we saw the curveball, and not enough break on it to drop that one in for a strike.
So Cale Glover's in, he's set. 3-1 on its way. That's hit toward the third baseman. Jake Sanderson across the diamond to Clint Bundy for the 5-3 putout, and out number 1.
Really good job that time. You talked about it too, as Bundy made that play right there, or Sanderson made that play to really stay down. And this turf, that's the first ground ball live other than just warm-ups and taking the infield, but off of the bat of an opposing player.
So Jackson Riddle lifts a curveball. The first pitch he sees towards Trayson Randall there at shortstop. He's got it for the P6. Got number 2. Every position on the field has a number. Pitcher and catcher 1 and 2. First to third, 3, 4, 5. Shortstop 6. Outfield left to right 7, 8, and 9. So the P6 is the pop up to the shortstop. Lane Sims now to bat for Coach Craig Brinkerhoff. First pitch, curveball. Stays upstairs for ball 1. Started the last 2 guys off with the curveball after.
Yeah, obviously both these 2 teams, we did their games as they were at Kearns last year, and a lot of these same players, same names, so they've got the experience in these types of situations.
So just rears back and throws that hard one past Lane Sims, even things up at 1-1. Next pitch that stays up.
In fact, our last game, Willie, Sal Sevier comes up with a 6-3 win over Beaver. Beaver won the state championship 2 years ago, Sal Sevier last year.
So the 2-1 on the way, just gets a piece of it, does Lane Sims. Even things out at 2-2.
Lane Sims will be in left field.
22.
Yeah, wow.
2-2 with 2 outs.
Hey, you don't see that often. All 2s across the top and all 0s on the bottom.
Next pitch stays up. Count goes full. Yeah,
that
we are just top of the first.
Didn't last long.
Nope.
Now we got a 3 up there to mix in.
So Lane Sims standing in, swings and miss, strike 3.
Got him to chase that high fastball, and Sims not able to catch up to it. Really good inning from Staley. That's exactly the way Coach Bundy drew it up and want to start the game. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So at the end of 1.5 inning of play, Kanab Cowboys nothing. The Enterprise Wolves coming to bat. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet and flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out. Shepherd's will do the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new, stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks from Shepherd's. With new hours from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, shop Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done.
This is Central Utah's sports leader, KSBC.
All right, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson here at Larry H. Miller Stadium on the campus of BYU. Kanab Cowboys went scoreless in their top half of the first inning. Griffin Bones going to face Brady Crouch, Carson Stauffer, and Trayson Randall. Brady Crouch was out earlier in the year, and Enterprise seemed to be just struggling a little bit. When he came back, things turned around for Coach Cal Bundy.
Well, sometimes you get that leadoff hitter, that table setter that gets things going for your team. It makes a huge difference confidence-wise, and Brady Crouch has been that guy for Enterprise all year.
Covered a lot of ground out there in center field. So, first pitch from Griffin Bone from the stretch. On its way. Fastball misses down and in. Ball 1. Griffin Bone very deliberate out there on the mound. Next pitch, that's hit towards the right side. That's going to get through there. That's going to travel. That'll get all the way to the fence on that artificial turf. Brady Crouch with his wheels. He's third base, but stand-up triple.
Yeah, we talked about it. Willie, the table setter, the go-to guy that gets things going, and just the confidence that everyone gets from him, and he shows it right there as he drives out outside fastball into right center field for the triple.
Yeah, there was no doubt. The only doubt in my mind was would he be able to stretch it to the inside the park home run.
Yeah.
But Cash Kabonic took off, got to it quick, and got a good strong throw to the cutoff man.
Yeah, really good defense by the Kanab outfielders, both center field and right fielders getting there quickly and getting the ball in. Like you said, Cash Kabonic doing a nice job.
So Carson Stauffer hits the ground. Bad decision by Ryan East there at first base. Try and come home on the high hopper.
Well, and Crouch didn't get a good jump at it to begin with. He kind of went and then hesitated and decided to go, but it was the high hopper. It took too much time, and at that point, East should have recognized just get the out at first base.
Well, I'm not sure how much time Ryan East has spent at first base. This is the first game I've seen him play there. So Trayson Randall comes to bat. 1-0 ball game. Carson Stauffer, first base, and it's ball 1. Leadoff triple can sometimes shake you up as a pitcher.
Well, yeah, and Carson Stauffer, we got a runner at third with no outs. You want to hit the ball the other way. He did exactly what he should have done, and he got that run across and then finds himself safe because the fielder's choice there trying to go home and get the out at home.
Yeah, Griffin Bone tries to get 22-15, Juab leading Manti. Stauffer faked like he was going to go. Tracy Randall fouls that one off.
Well, that's a high-scoring game, 22-15. Between those two teams, you'd think that's their football score.
And it makes me wonder what pitchers they started in that ball game. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. 1 run across. Pickoff attempt. Not in time. On the fielder's choice, Brady Crouch scores. Carson Stauffer at first base. Has good speed. Tracy Randall lifts one to the left-hand side. That's going to go just foul.
Yeah, just missed one right there as he hits that one down that left field foul line. Foul.
Yep, Tracy Randall with his wheels, and Carson Stauffer, that probably would have scored the run. It was a long run for Lane Sims out there in left field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tracy Randall digs in. Bone toes the rubber. Here's the pitch up, another pickoff attempt.
That's the thing you're going to see out of these two teams. They play in the same region. They know each other really well. They obviously know Stauffer's got the ability to steal a base, and so Bone's going to keep him close by continually throwing over to first base.
Next pitch, so we tried to hold up, but went around, not going to get the first strikeout for Griffin Bone. Couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, they needed a played out, just an out in general. Get Trace and Randall chase the high heat.
That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, number 9, Jake Sanderson. Stauffer takes the lead. There's another attempt. That's the 4th attempt over there at Carson Stauffer. Not your atypical catcher. He got good speed. He's not your turtle out there. So here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for Jake Sanderson. So Stauffer takes the lead. Griffin Bone's got his signal. 0-1 to count, another throw across there. We've seen already early in the game, if that ball gets by the first baseman, it could be 2 bases for that runner.
Yeah, everyone's pretty much playing straight up here for Kanab in the outfield and in the infield.
Jake Sanderson with the 0-1 count. Here's the pitch from Bone down and away. Good pickup there by Maddox Baird behind the plate. Keeping things up at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. San Juan gets the loser of this ball game. They're here in attendance at the stadium. Beaver and Duchesne will be the 11 o'clock game. San Juan the 1:30 game against the loser of this one. Another pickoff attempt. That gets off of him. He's going to get at least 1 out of it. Hit him right on the back.
Yeah, trying to just keep him close. The ball gets away from East there at first base, and so no need to try to steal a base as they get the extra base on the throwing error right there on the pickoff play.
Not sure if Stauffer, yeah, I guess he's okay. I thought maybe he might have kind of knocked him wind out of himself the way he took that belly flop.
Yeah, he slid for sure.
Oh, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Griffin Bone.
Yeah, back-to-back strikeouts on that high fastball. Hitters of Enterprise just can't lay off that pitch, and 2 big strikeouts to come back, get 2 outs here for Griffin Bone and the Kanab Cowboys.
Okay, Stauffer at second base, 2 outs. Clint Bundy, first baseman, up to bat. Bone's got his signal. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Seen that early out of the hand there. Stays down for ball 1. There's a swing and a miss. I was just trying to listen to him talk about the final numbers on the Juab-Manti game.
Yeah, so Robert Level sent us the update and says that Wyatt Payton hit a grand slam for Juab after Manti had taken the lead, and he has 2 home runs and 9 RBIs in the game.
Wow. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Wyatt Payton, the catcher for Juab Wasp.
That's a big day.
Big hitter, big day.
So far, these Enterprise hitters, too, they're struggling on that fastball on the inside part of the plate. Bone just kind of throwing it past them.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Stauffer at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Same thing. In fact, 3 straight strikeouts after giving up the triple. But the difference, too, that triple was out over the plate where Crouch could extend his arms and drive it the other way. But then he challenged him on the inside part of the plate. He gets 3 straight strikeouts to end the inning.
All right, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1 complete inning of play, it's 1-0 Enterprise. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
You benefit from the big savings and teamwork when you deal with Jorgensen Chevrolet.
This is how legends 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on KSBC.
Yeah, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Stadium alongside our broadcast partner. Carson Stauffer was out there at second base. It's taking a little while to get out here, so we're waiting. Coach Kyle Bundy was warming up as his pitcher. He was just telling me that he had back surgery last year and then re-injured, did the same thing.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, but he looks pretty spry for an old guy with a bad back.
Yeah, wouldn't know it.
So Carson Stauffer comes out, takes 1 pitch, throws it down. We're ready to go.
He throws a rocket down there, too.
Got a good arm. So Griffin Bone, Maddox Baird, and Cash Cabonic need to try and get back that 1 run they gave up in the bottom half of the first inning. They're facing Parker Staley. So the first pitch, curveball, gets that corner.
Yeah, good-looking pitch there to start him off with that first pitch curveball. Once again, they're not going to try to give anything too good to Griffin Bone, make him swing at their pitches.
Next pitch, that's driven deep to center field. Is that going to get? That is.
Yep.
That's going to 1 hop. That 1 hop up, comes back down. Bone's going for third base. He's going to come up with his own stand-up triple.
Just as they start him off with first pitch curveball, they come back with the fastball, and Griffin Bone makes him pay for throwing that fastball. It almost bounced over the fence, but then it came back in, which then allowed him to go not just a stand-up double, but able to get clear to third base with no outs. So now great opportunity for Kanab to go ahead and tie this game up. They've got 3 chances now to get Griffin Bone in.
Just to the first base side of that 402-foot sign, took 1 hop, hit the top, hit that yellow, and bounced back in. So he hit it to the deepest portion of the
So he gives up a triple to lead off to Brady Crouch, then comes back, gets a triple of his own.
So the hits are even at 1-1, but they're still up back. But there's tying run out there 90 feet away.
And the corners are in. Shortstop and second baseman even with the bags. Going to check the runner go one, obviously.
So the next pitch, curveball. That paints that corner for strike one.
Yeah, and it's not your traditional 12-6 curveball either. A lot of it's almost like a slurve.
Yeah, that one, he lifts that curveball to the right side. To Alan Bowler coming in. He's got it. Griffin Bone's going to test the throw. No.
Well, Stauffer did the right thing right there. He goes down to a knee and makes sure he blocks that ball. It gets and stops it and keeps it in front of him. Does not get past him, or that would have then brought Bone home as the pitcher kind of got caught standing at the mound. Staley watching instead of backing up that throw home.
All righty, that's going to bring up Cash Kabonik, batting from the left side. See if they maybe put something on with the left-handed batter. No, they hit him. Oh, the ball gets away. Maybe it didn't hit him. He ain't going to say it did anyway.
Yeah, no, just a ball in the dirt, bounced and got to backstop, but Kabonik was able to jump over it, and that's going to allow Griffin Bone to come in on the pass ball, or wild pitch, I guess. Probably more of a wild pitch than a pass ball.
Yeah. So, next pitch, upstairs for ball two. Hits even at one apiece, scores even at one apiece.
Well, so far the theme is if you hit a triple, you'll probably score.
Yep, not a bad idea, especially with just nobody out. One out now, though, but next pitch, 2-1 pitch is in the dirt. Ball three. 3-1 here. Kabonik swings over that 3-1 pitch.
Yeah, a good healthy cut on that one from Kabonik, but just kind of pulled off that. There's a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and he tried to turn that, pull it.
Called strike three. There's where that tail of the pitch for Parker Stady got him. Tailed right back in.
Yeah, and I think he thought that was inside a little bit too much, but it wasn't. Caught the corner, and umpire rings him up on the caught looking.
2 outs, brings up Brogan Brodsko, the third baseman. Starts him off with the curveball upstairs for ball one. Did they call timeout, or did he start in his line but didn't step up?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They
get right back at the pitcher. Parker Stady grabs it over to his first baseman, Clint Bundy, for the 1-3 ground out and out number 3, but the damage is done. Kanab Cowboys come up with 1 run. They do it on 1 hit. There were no errors. There was nobody left on base. At the end of 1.5, it's 1-1. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Dr. Richard Yardley grew up on a cattle ranch and learned the values of hard work and simple truths. Like fences don't repair themselves. The same is also true with our vision. Mountain View Vision Center, located in Richfield, has the solution for your optometry needs. From a youngster's first glasses, pre- and post-operative LASIK consultation, or treating cataracts, Mountain View Vision Center is a clear choice. Dr. Yardley trained at the Moran Eye Center and served as the president of Utah's Optometric Association. Mountain View Vision is a winning team, proud to sponsor our local high school athletes.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Edge Tire Pros in Nephi is the smart choice for a new set of tires for your pickup, work vehicle, or passenger car. The technicians at Edge Tire Pros provide dependable and trustworthy service on oil changes, brake work, and suspension accessories like lift kits, bed liners, and custom rims. Choose from a wide variety of tires, including Cooper, BF Goodrich, and Michelin, with a nationwide warranty for free flat tire repair, free rotation, and free road hazard. Stop by the shop across the street from Parks Home Furnishings on Main Street in Nephi. Edge Tire Pros, living on the edge.
Your connection for high school sports.
KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson, alongside the V6 media fellows from out in the Uinta Basin here at Larry H. Miller Field. Bottom of the second inning in a 1-1 ball game. Coming to bat, Parker Staley, Clayton Bowler, Tice Staley for Coach Kyle Bundy. Griffin Bone on the mound for Coach Craig Breakerhoff. Pitch, swing and a miss. And a good fastball there.
Well, and right now we saw him finish the inning, Griffin Bone, last inning, pounding the inside part of the plate, and he starts out this second inning, same thing, coming in, challenges Enterprise hitters to get their hands around on the fastball. 3
straight strikeouts to end the inning after giving up the leadoff triple. And then a score on the fielder's choice from Carson Stoffer. That's a ball. Even things up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Fastball just gets a piece, fouls it straight back.
Yeah, good swing from Staley that time. Just not able to square that one up. Gets under it and just gets a piece of it, fouls it straight back. But once again, right now, Griffin Bone pounding the inside part of the plate with the fastball. He will come curveball away, but right now his most effective pitch is that fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Staley crowds the plate too, so that one's up above the head.
Yeah, and it looked like Staley kind of glared at him a little bit. And Griffin Bone was smiling. You could see his teeth from up here. He was kind of, he wasn't trying to hit him by any means, but that ball kind of come up and in, and kind of a little bit of a stare down there.
Well, we'll see what happens when he gets up again. See if he's able to smile again. That one's fouled back.
Yeah, same situation right there. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, but Staley not able to square it up completely, fouls it straight back.
So, the 3-2 pitch. Nobody out. Bottom of the second, 1-1. From Bone to Parker Staley. Swing and a miss. It's 4 straight.
Yeah, and you see what he did that time. He moved the pitch a little bit further out. He'd been primarily just sticking on the inside part of the plate, and he adjusted, moved it out. Staley pulled off it for a strikeout.
For a strikeout, all of them coming in a row. That'll bring up Clayton Bowler batting from the left-hand side. He's the DH. First pitch to Bowler. Down for ball 1.
Bone throws pretty much over the top for the most part, really throws downhill, has good movement to his fastball. I felt like he was the one pitcher that if he was in a zone, he'd be tough to hit.
Well, he seems to be getting in that zone.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. On a fastball on the outside portion from Bowler. Going to have to try and take that one the opposite way, looking to pull that one.
Right now, too, Clayton Bowler, the DH for the right fielder, Dallin Bowler.
So another right there on the outside corner for strike 2. The pitch just like he swung at, only maybe got a little bit more of the strike zone than the one he swung at. So the 1-2. 1 out. Here's the pitch from Bone. Fouls that one off to the left-hand side. So we'll do it again.
Watch all these coaches, too. Coach Bundy there at third base, probably the least animated of all the coaches, just pretty calm over there.
Hands in his back pocket. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 5 in a row.
Wow.
Talked about that zone.
Yeah, he's in it right now, and it's
called the Griffin Bone zone.
Yeah, and it's pretty much fastballs.
Yep.
You know, it's just saying here it is, and these Enterprise hitters not able to even make contact other than a few foul balls after Brady Crouch hit the triple, and then Carson Stauffer hit the chopper to first base early on.
Ty Staley takes the first pitch, strike one, the upper portion of the strike zone. Or what looked like the upper portion from up here. We're probably, 80 feet above home plate?
Yep.
And probably 120, 110 feet away. Strike two.
Yeah, you talk about pitchers just, hey, we need you to go out there and just pound the strike zone.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Griffin Bone's doing
Kevin
right now.
over here was checking out. He couldn't see if I have any idea what I'm talking about here. He was down looking how far we are up there. What do you think, Kevin? Yeah, 75, he says. Try on. Strike three, 6 in a row. I tell you what, the Griffin Bone zone. 6 in a row, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. So after two complete, it's 1-1. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Coach Labrum, he really loves to see the success of his players after baseball. He loves to see a lot of these young men he's coached be successful husbands, be successful in their jobs, be successful as fathers. That means a lot to him. I've heard him say it. It makes him proud to see these boys that he's mentored and coached grow up to be good people.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help by delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
Vince.
Hey, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, Larry H. Miller Field. We've got ball must have got to center field on the throw down to second, so got just a second here. Channel V6, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Channel V6, providing live and video on-demand access to high school sports across the Uinta Basin in northeastern Utah. Download the free mobile app or go to channelv6.com and check it out tonight. Waylon White takes the first pitch, past the diving Jackson Hyde at second base for a base hit. Kind of odd to see Waylon White batting this far down in the lineup. Used to seeing up there at the top.
Yeah, he showed right there, though, maybe Coach Brinkeroff just sliding him down to see some different pitches, but takes that first pitch and drives it right back up the middle for a base hit.
That brings up Ryan East, batting from the left-hand side. Waylon White at first, good speed, but of course Carson Stauffer is one of the better catchers behind the plate there. Good strong arm. They'll know what they think they can get by on one. Oh, East tried to get that bunt down.
Yeah, really good effort there by Jake Sanderson. He came in just running full speed and diving foul, trying to get that bunt that was up in the air a little bit, and not able to do it. But we talked about it in just about every game so far. The execution of the bunt, team's not able to do it, and it's come back to hurt them.
They need them a little thing like BYU's got over here to play
practice
on
that
short game.
Yeah.
Huh? Pick off attempt, just trying to keep Waylon White
It's kind of like golf, though, right? You can drive the ball, but you better be able to putt the ball, too. And, sometimes here you got to drive it, but you got to be able to bunt it when you need to.
I don't play golf. I can hit it a long ways, but I can't putt worth a putt. Tries to bunt number two and just fouls it off back behind. But here again, he's got the bat way up there. There's no eye level to the baseball.
And square early, you're going to give yourself up, but that's all you got to do. And I personally like to just stick with the bunt. If that's what I've been trying to do, call the bunt again. Most of the time, hitters do better off just that third time versus all of a sudden now they're going to swing it. We'll see what Coach Brinkerhoff chooses to do, if he lets him swing 0-2 or if he wants to.
Well, I think if somebody's putting one down that, got some kind of what looks like the idea that he can do how, I'm not sure that Ryan East is that candidate. First of all, trying to bunt that last one up high where it was. And
Waylon White's got excellent speed, right? Yeah. But we saw the throwdowns from Carson Stauffer, probably as good a catcher and strong as arm as you're going to see in this tournament.
So, 1 ball, 2 strike pitch on its way. Ryan East swings and misses. Out number 1. Third strikeout for Parker Staley.
Yeah, right back to the top of the order, Kel Glover. He grounded out to third base his first time up.
Oh, curveball up around the head.
Yeah, Glover turned and ducked, and I think he's questioning and wondering how did he not get hit on that pitch.
Waylon White still at first base, another throw across there. Guess maybe they figured just wear him out, he ain't going to run, huh? Kel Glover steps out. Little gamesmanship here. Parker Staley shaking his head.
And the umpire's telling him something, maybe just letting him know, make sure before you step out you call time.
Throw back behind. Ooh, close.
Well, the tag coming back, he hit the bag.
Yep.
If he would have been inside a little bit further, he would have swung right through and probably hit his hand. But Waylon White just getting in there, and the tag was actually hitting the bag, not his hand.
Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Glover squares and then pulls the bat back, takes ball 3.
Yeah, he'll probably see another pitch, maybe 2 pitches right here as Staley falls behind in the count.
Well, old automatic. That's all I'm going to say about that one.
Yeah. Got the outside corner for fastball for strike 1.
3 balls, 1 strike. Staley just turns and looks him back this time. White scampers back. Riddle steps out, or Glover steps out. Jackson Riddle be the next hitter. See him standing there in the on-deck circle. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Yeah, this is a chance right here for Coach Brinkerhoff maybe to get Waylon White running full count. There is 1 out, so there's a potential of a strike him out, throw him out, but at the same time you get Waylon White moving. You might create some holes on the infield for maybe Glover to punch the ball through on something on the ground.
So the pitch, it's upstairs. So matters not. And White's going to end up at second base on the base on balls. First base on balls given up by Parker Staley. So runners at first and second, 1 out. Jackson Riddle, Lane Sims on deck. Riddle popped up to the shorts time, his first time up out in shallow left field.
Yeah, and the thing that does by drawing that walk is you get one batter closer to getting Griffin Bone up with runners on base in scoring position. So if Jackson Riddle or Lane Sims can get on base, you'll see Griffin Bone.
Yep, swing and a miss from Jackson Riddle. One upper portion of the strike zone.
Yeah, he popped up to the shortstop his first time up.
Next pitch, curveball. He just lifts that. Little lazy looper out there to Jackson Hyatt for out number 1.
Yeah, kind of an L4.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it wasn't a super hard hit line drive, but just a little looper out there to the second baseman. And that's going to be the second out. Lane Sims coming up with a chance still with the runner in scoring position. Waylon White, good speed on second base. If he can get something to the outfield and let it drop in, more than likely you'll see him come around and definitely try to score or at least have a play at the plate.
Yeah, struck out his first time up. Coach Brinkerhoff comes down there talking to him. So Parker Staley takes a deep breath, steps on, looks in, he's got his signal. Runners get their leads. Staley he showed him that wraparound move.
He pulled the old Nestor Cortez and kind of swung his leg and really looked at Waylon White, looked him back, and then still came home.
I think it threw Lane Sims off, too. He just totally gave up on that pitch. He bunts it right at the pitcher. And the pitcher goes to the first baseman, Kyle Bundy, for the 1-3 putout and third out. No runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. So after 2.5, it's the 1-1 ball game here. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
This is Brenda Bartholomew, CEO of Gunnison Valley Hospital. This past year, we celebrated our 90th year. It was a great experience for us to reflect on our rich history. I'm grateful to work shoulder to shoulder with remarkable people. Every day, doctors, nurses, technicians, support staff, and administration come to serve, provide care, and support our organization. Their skill and dedication to patients and to each other continue to amaze me. I could not be prouder, and I'm humbled by the incredible staff. I would like to express thanks to our communities for supporting us as we look forward to the next 90 years.
For more than 40 years, Jones and DeMille Engineering has been shaping the quality of life of those around us. They are committed to the communities in which they live and work and take pride in being able to protect and enhance them. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they strive to serve with a professional, personalized touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project, earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Harmon Tire in Nephi is proud to sponsor this broadcast of high school sports and wants to wish the Wasps good luck. Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi, has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheel shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps!
You're listening to Utah's sports leader,
KSBC.
Yeah, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here alongside the broadcast crew from V6 Media out in Uinta Basin here at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. We're in the bottom of the third inning of a 1-1 ball game between the Enterprise Wolves and the Kanab Cowboys. Coming to bat is going to be Jackson Hyatt, Brady Crouch, and Carson Stauffer for Coach Kyle Bundy. From the left-hand side, Jackson Hyatt steps in facing Griffin Bone. 6 straight strikeouts for Griffin Bone. Starts him off with one on that outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, we'll see how Griffin Bone, got one more hitter, and then we're back to the top of the lineup, see how he approaches these hitters a second time through.
Next pitch. Just misses down low. For ball one. So the 1-1. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike two.
Now he's got 6 in a row. We'll see what he does right here. See if he can get number 7. He's thrown well.
Lucky number 7, huh?
Yeah.
Roll craps here. So, here's the 1-2 pitch. Throws it right by him. Strike 3.
There it is. Lucky 7. And the interesting part is every one of these strikeouts are strikeouts swinging.
Yep. Nobody looking there. They're getting their whacks. Just with contact. So here's Brady Crouch. Second pitch he saw. He hit deep to right center field for a triple. Scored on the fielder's choice. Next batter, Carson Stauffer. So, nobody on. First pitch, down for ball one. Just like he hit him first time, ball one. He hit the 1-0 pitch. Turned on it, did Brady Crouch. Pitch on that outside corner, painted it. Strike one.
You know, and it's interesting that he threw it out there on that outside corner because that's a pitch that he hit to right center field for the triple. I would thought maybe he would have approached this at-bat a little different and pounded the inside part of the plate on Crouch.
Yeah, just threw that one by him upstairs.
Yep.
I think Griffin Bone's feeling it right now. What do you think, Coach?
I'd say if you're Coach Brinkerhoff, you couldn't ask for anything better other than maybe take that first triple back.
Some hits.
Yeah.
What you can ask for. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, fouls that one off to the right-hand side. Might have got a little more of the strike zone than he wanted to get on that one.
Mm-hmm. I would think, too, they're going to probably move the ball back inside instead of leaving it out there on that outside part of the plate.
2-2. Here's the pitch. Ooh.
Yeah, and did you see that time Maddox Baird? He did. He slid over. He really wanted that pitch set up on the inside part of the plate.
So full count to Crouch. You want to keep him off the base paths. There's that third baseman. Rotzko to first base for the 5-3 putout. Breaks the string of strikeouts, but gets the second out.
Yeah, and that was a good-looking play defensively from Verosco there at third base. He fielded it cleanly. Nice, strong throw as Crouch gets down the line quickly. But nice play. And that's what happens by pitching him on the inside part of the plate. He just rolls over it, grounds out. He can't extend those arms and drive something into that right field or right center field gap like he did his first time up.
So that'll bring up Carson Stauffer, who hit that high hopper to the first baseman Ryan East, who decided to come home on it and allowed Stauffer to reach first base and Crouch to score. That's where we're at right now with that 1 run. First pitch right there, using that tail on his fastball.
Yeah, and when I saw him pitch against Canview earlier in the year down at Crimson Cliffs, I was really impressed. He's just not a lot of movement, just not a lot of room for error, just super consistent in his mechanics out there on the mound.
Next pitch, one on that inside portion, just got a piece of it. Stays alive. Counts 0-2.
Just pretty calm, too. You know, he just stays calm, smooth.
Yep. So I said, he's really deliberate out there. Doesn't get in a hurry. Doesn't seem to get shook up. Sets, make sure he's set right. Tries to get him to chase one, but he wouldn't do it.
No.
Carson Stauffer, catcher. It's tough to throw it.
Yeah, those catchers, they know the zone.
Well, they better. Many times they sit back there and receive those pitches. Here's the 1-2. Hits it right back at Griffin Bone. Griffin's going to underhand it to Ryan East for the 1-3 putout in the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 3 complete, it's 1-1. It didn't favor nobody. It's 1-1. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Sports, KSVC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson alongside the crew from V6 Media here at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. 1-1 ball game going into the top of the fourth. Kanab Cowboys and the Enterprise Wolves. Griffin Bone pitching to Jim. 7 strikeouts. Just the 1 hit. That was a big hit, that first pitch to Griffin himself. So upstairs, we wondered what would go on.
We did. There it is.
We just got our answer.
You just say, you threw one for me, I'm going to throw one for you.
Comes a curveball, almost plunking. Ball 2.
Yeah, Griffin Bone's probably sitting on fastball here, dead red, one spot. He's looking for fastball in or fastball away.
He gets the fastball up and away.
Yeah, lets it go. Same thing here. He's got to be sitting 1 pitch, 1 zone. He's still ahead in the count, 2-1.
Curveball, he rolls over that thing. Third baseman Sanderson. Nope. He had it beat anyway, but the ball gets by. So, on the E5.
And
Griffin Bone advances. I think he had the thing beat. I'm going to give him the base hit, and he advances on the E5. Had he been able to catch the throw, Griffin Bone was already there.
Yeah, the official score put up the air, but I don't know if that was just the E after the throw to give him the second base, like you're saying. But once again, you're probably right. I think it's a base hit and an error on the throw.
Yeah, he put up the third hit too.
Yeah, so it's exactly what it is. But right there, Sanderson just got to realize that I'm not going to get him and save it, because in a game like this, you don't want to give any freebies, especially the way that Bone's pitching.
So curveball to Maddox Baird, misses for ball 1. So there's the go-ahead run out there, second base, in the form of Griffin Bone. 1-0 to Maddox Baird. That one misses outside. Low.
Getting a little chatter, getting a little excitement out of that Kanab dugout.
So 2-0. Nobody out, 1-1 ball game. Parker Staley versus Maddox Baird right here. Right, hits one towards the third baseman. Comes up on him. He still comes across. He throws it away. So the second error in the inning. Third error in the inning. It's going to allow the run to score.
Yeah, and I'll bet you see Coach Bundy come out of the dugout after that. 2 different throwing errors, and no reason for either one of those, to be honest. When you're Sanderson, you knock it down, there's no chance. Just realize you don't want to turn one mistake into 2, and then Bundy there at first base does the same thing, makes a throwing error into left field, trying to get the runner going from first to second.
Yep, so they do get the 1 run, and Maddox Baird ends up at third base on the 2 throwing errors.
And Coach Bundy decides to stay in the dugout. His players take care of it. They go out there and huddle and regroup.
Yeah, 2-1 is the score. Cash Kabonik batting from the left side. He struck out looking his first time up against Staley. But he doesn't. He rips one. That's going to get by everybody. That's going to go all the way to the fence. That's going to score Maddox Baird. Cash Kabonik ends up with a triple.
Yeah, he just took that first pitch and just pounded it in right center field gap for the triple and the RBI. And right now, you got to feel really good if you're a Kanab Cowboy and Coach Brinkerhoff with the way that Griffin Bone's throwing on the mound, and you're starting to swing the bats and put the ball in play and creating some errors defensively from this Enterprise Wolves team.
Nobody out, 2 runs in the inning against Parker Staley. 2 hits in the inning, 3 errors by the Enterprise Wolves. It doesn't happen very often.
No.
That first pitch curveball is lifted foul by Brogan Veratsko for strike 1.
Well, sometimes, that third time playing someone, that's tough to beat them 3 times in a row.
Yep. That pitch, good stop there by Stauffer. He just saved a run.
Yeah, it's definitely uncharacteristic of a Coach Bundy Enterprise team to be throwing the ball and having the errors that they've had so far.
Next one's down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Got Kashtabanik at third base. Another one out there, same place. Now all of a sudden, Parker Staley's having trouble finding the strike zone. He steps off. Nobody's called timeout yet. Kabanik was looking at kind of sneaking off there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, he keeps signaling something to home plate, whether it's his catcher or the umpire. Something about low. Next one up. Whatever he did was successful.
Yeah.
Got a called strike 2.
Made a little adjustment. Coach Brinkerhoff tells him, hey, get the hands through, drive the ball.
Full count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's what Mr. Staley needed right there. That gets us to Waylon White. He had a single, beat out a infield single his first time up.
Yeah, and he's got to do a job here to get that runner in from third base. You hate to have a runner at third with no outs and not get him in.
And he's the one man on the team that I've seen that can and does know how to bunt the baseball. Yep. Ball 1 upstairs. He might see a strike first before he... Oh, he's swinging.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Coach Brinkerhoff's going to go ahead and let him swing away here. If he can get a ball that he can pull to that right side, he should score the run or anything to the outfield.
Yep. Swing at 1 up out of the strike zone, I think, on that one.
Yeah, and Staley's buckled down. He's come back with a strikeout, and Waylon White behind the count now 1-2.
Is that one foul territory? Is it going to stay in?
I think so.
Yes, it is. Jake Sanderson goes over there for the P5, out number 2. Well, I don't like second guessing people, but you got a guy who handled the bat and the speed of Waylon White. A lot of things can happen if you lay one down.
Well, if they don't get that run in, it's gonna come back to they're gonna wish they would have had that run.
That would have been the 3-run cushion. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1.
Got Ryan East, the 9-hitter, playing first base, struck out his first time up.
Takes one in the inside portion for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 3-1 ball game.
Staley in a little bit of a groove out there too right now.
That fouled off. Ryan East kind of pulled his head on that one. Not sure where he was looking. Looking at that Max Prep sign out there on the big scoreboard, huh?
Hey, it's got a good spot to hit the ball.
Here we go, curveball. Just fouls that one off. Gets enough of it, tap it off there, stay alive.
Yeah, he's just got to do whatever he can here to foul pitches off, put something in play, make Enterprise make a play.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. But the damage is done. The Kanab Cowboys come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 3 errors in the inning, and there was 1 left on base. So at the end of 3.5, it's Kanab 3, Enterprise 1. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Don't repair themselves. The same is also true with our vision. Mountain View Vision Center, located in Richfield, has the solution for your optometry needs. From a youngster's first glasses, pre- and post-operative LASIK consultation, or treating cataracts, Mountain View Vision Center is a clear choice. Dr. Yardley trained at the Moran Eye Center and served as the president of Utah's Optometric Association. Mountain View Vision is a winning team, proud to sponsor our local high school athletes.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, Larry H. Miller Field. Griffin Bone in the groove, going to face Trayson Randall, Jake Sanderson, and Clint Bundy. In the bottom of the fourth inning, they're down 3-1. First pitch, strike one.
Yeah, Trayson Randall, this is where the strikeout started. He struck out 7 in a row, starting with him, his last at-bat.
Next one catches the corner. Trayson Randall doesn't like it, steps out.
That's one thing these Enterprise hitters have to realize is he's just pounding the strike zone. You got to get in there and get your hacks.
Here's the pitch. Comes that curveball inside. Trayson Randall does a good job of turning on it. Hitting it right between the first baseman and the second baseman out there for a base hit. Just the second hit in the ball game for Enterprise.
Yeah, that pitch was down and in, and he went down and got that one and drove it into right field. Like you said, right between first and second base. And now Enterprise has the leadoff man on here with no outs, and Jake Sanderson coming to the plate.
And, he's lucky he was protecting there, because down in the wheelhouse like that, if he was really swinging away, maybe the first one, that might have done a little more damage.
Yeah.
So Jake Sanderson. Trayson Randall at first. That ball's lifted foul back to the right-hand side here.
I'd imagine that's what you're going to start seeing out of these Enterprise hitters, a lot more first pitch swinging just like that from Jake Sanderson.
So nobody out. Pick off attempt there. Ryan East picks that one up out of the dirt.
Well, we've seen ball, similar to that one, get away from East there on a bad throw from Bone and allow it was Stauffer to get to second base. So, it's one thing to keep him close, but you don't want to give him a base.
Oh, swinging a minute, or just got a piece of that one. Did Jake Sanderson, strike two. Oh, and 2. Scoreboard shows 1-1, but there we go. 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Oh, that was up in the zone. That's fouled back off here, back behind us to the left-hand side.
Yeah, Jake Sanderson, made a couple errors that last thing there at third base. He's going to want to try to make up for it right here. So I'd imagine anything close, he's going to still be swinging, fighting things off.
So the 0-2. They show 1-2 on the scoreboard, but.
And if you're Coach Brinkerhoff, you gotta almost cringe every time Bone throws the first base, because he's got that kind of that snap turn throw, but it looks like, man, he's gonna roll an ankle or something, and you hate for something like that to happen. I'm sure he's done it a lot.
On that outside corner.
Yeah.
For the first out, 8th strikeout for Griffin Bone.
And that's the first one looking.
Oh yeah, that is looking. Thanks for reminding me. I just put
froze
down
him.
The K.
Yeah, just froze him.
Clint Bundy struck out his only time up. Another throw over there. Boy, me, with just a 2-run lead, I'm just looking him back. Mm-hmm. Step off, looking back. Keep him there. That was lifted to the right-hand side. Is that going to stay in play? No.
Pretty good effort from all three. Right fielder Gabonik and first baseman East and the second baseman right there Riddle, as they all went to the towards that right field foul line and just run out of room. That's right where it starts to cut back in towards right field.
The pickup was like old New Rockney said about the forward pass. You know, 3 things happen and 2 of them are bad.
Yeah.
There goes a runner. Throws late, but good job there by Jackson Riddle. Get his body in front of that and keep that one from going into center field. Stolen base for Trayson Randall.
Well, and that's why, obviously, that's why he kept throwing over there, right? Randall's got good speed and whatever else, but at the same time, you want to focus on the hitter, and you don't always have to throw over. You can step off, you can check. Catcher can snap throw down, too, once in a while. That keeps him from getting too big a lead or a big secondary.
That ball's hit towards the third baseman. Rochko comes up with it, throws across the diamond, but nobody covering third.
Ooh.
Oh.
Griffin Bone actually recognized that as he ran over and covered third base, and Ryan East made a nice throw over there, one hopper to Bone with a slap tag, but the umpire said he was safe. And, at first it looked like he was going to have the base easy, and then Bone beat him over there, but that runner is still going to move up. Randall goes from second to third.
Heads up play there by both the third baseman and Griffin Bone. The 5-3 put out. 2 outs.
Well, it's good. It's good that Verosco cut that ball off too. If he would not let that one, if he doesn't field it and let that one go to the shortstop, then that would have been an infield single.
Yep.
And that's what you want. You want your third baseman taking anything he can get to.
First pitch lifted in the air and deep. Took the eyes off, did Lane Sims, but he goes back and corrals it for out number 2. But Parker Staley gave it a ride, but it's an F7. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on. At the end of 4 complete, it's 3-1. Kanab will be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Rocky Mountain Turf Farm prides themselves on being family-owned and operated for 45 years. They offer locally grown Kentucky bluegrass with multiple varieties available, WaterStar certified options included. Sod is cut and delivered daily with install options available from residential to commercial. They even guarantee their grass sod to be disease-free, weed-free, alive, and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com.
Complete coverage of local high school sports on
KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here alongside the boys from V6 Media out in the Uinta Basin, providing coverage for the 2A Championship Baseball at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. Get close to sundown. The lights are on here. We're playing baseball under the lights. Coming to bat. We're going to be at the top of the order. Cale Glover, Jackson Riddle, and Lane Sims for Coach Craig Brinkerhoff. Facing Parker Staley for Coach Kyle Bundy. Squares but pulls it back, takes ball 1. There's one get the corner.
Yeah, Stauffer did a good job getting that one on the corner and then pulling that back in for that strike on that outside part of the plate.
Curveball stays down in the dirt.
Glover thought about it, but wisely held up. They're going to check him out at first base. The umpire says no, he did not go.
Oh, the 2-1 pitch on its way. In the dirt outside, ball 3.
Yeah, Glover's a good leadoff hitter and someone that Coach Brinkerhoff would love to get on base here with no outs. to start this top of the 5th inning.
Yep, saw 5 pitches in his first at bat, 6 in his second, and a base on balls on that one. Take strike 2. This will be the 6th pitch in this at bat, full count. 63 pitches coming in for Staley. That one's going to be ball 4.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think we've kind of both maybe not necessarily lost track, but quick keeping track. We think both these two pitchers are going to go the distance here. It's going to be Staley versus Bone to see who gets the win.
Yep, 63 pitches coming in for Staley. 54 at the end of that last inning for Griffin Bone. So runner on first, pick off attempt. Not in time. Jackson Riddle, Lane Sims, and if we get to the next 4th batter, be Griffin Bone. Oh, one at the head of Jackson Riddle, gets by Carson Stauffer, goes all the way to the fence. And Cale Glover moves up, second base. Base hit somewhere in a hole.
Well, and this is where we've seen Staley get. He kind of buckles down in tough situations. You know, he had the runner at third with no outs, and come up with a big strikeout. Got to pop up to third, and then another strikeout to end that inning. And right here, runner at second, no outs. We'll see how he battles.
1-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball fouled off by Jackson Riddle. So, 1-1's the count. Nobody out. Runner at second base. Oh, that almost got him.
Yeah, really close. He kind of did that high leg kick where he wraps around towards second and then still comes home and almost beaned Riddle right there.
Steps off. Looking in for a sign now. Throws the rubber. Here's the pitch. That's lifted to the right-hand side. Is that going to? No, it's going to get out of bounds. Even things up at 2-2.
Coach Brinkerhoff telling him, hey, get that same pitch, get it out over the plate and drive the ball to the right side, whether it's on the ground or not. Move that runner from second to third base.
Yeah, they're shifted over to right-hand side and right field. He pulls one the other way. Going to get foul.
Yeah, it was just a curveball that he was way out in front and fouls that one out of play over the first or third base dugout.
Yeah, right fielder Dallin Bowler is playing like it'd be a left-handed hitter up there in right field, straight away, center field, and played to slap it the other way in left field. Here's the pitch. That's lifted the same place as the last one.
Yeah, both of them getting into that short game territory for BYU on their side of the dugout.
So Jackson Riddle steps out. He looks at Coach Brinkerhoff.
Just opposite on the other side, you've got bleachers and then the bullpen on the third base dugout, the home field BYU on their side, which is the Enterprise dugout. You've got a little short game infield area and then the bullpen.
That one's hit foul again.
That one's going to just get over and land. Actually looked like a fan caught that one right before it bounced on the dugout.
Yes, he did. That guy in the gray sweatshirt there. Yeah, he's pointing at somebody now over there. Sits back.
Showing he's got good hands.
So the 8th pitch in the at-bat. Throw back down.
That's the one thing with Stauffer. You better be careful. You can get those big secondaries, but you got to be alert. Once you see that he's caught that ball, you got to start working your way back to the bag. And obviously, Kel Glover did that. But nice throw from Stauffer to the shortstop there.
So ninth pitch.
Randall.
Ninth pitch in the at bat to Jackson Riddle. Full count. Swing and a miss. Parker Staley's got to feel good about that one. Finally being able to
win the battle.
Find the secret, get one by in there.
Yeah.
So that brings up with one out, Lane Sims. Griffin Bone on deck. Griffin 2 for 2, a triple, and then beat out that infield single, and then there were 2 errors, 2 throwing errors.
Yeah, we saw Sims strike out his first at bat, and then he tried to base hit bunt, but bunted it right back to Staley for the 1-3 putout.
First pitch inside, ball 1.
And I believe, too, that bunt that Sims tried, had he got it either side of the pitcher, he would have been safe, but it was just right back to the pitcher.
So the 1-0 on its way, a curveball. Pretty gracious call there for strike 1.
Yeah, it catches the outside part of the plate.
So the 1-1. That's lifted out behind the shortstop. Randall going out. Oh, drops it. You won't see that often in E6. Jason Randall. 5th error in the ballgame for the Enterprise Wolves.
And the tough part for Enterprise and Coach Bundy right now is that you bring up hot-hitting Griffin Bone. Not only is he throwing well on the mound, he's swinging a really good bat.
So, runners first and second. 1 out. Griffin Bone steps up, facing Staley for the 4th time. 3rd time.
Yeah, and the runners took off. I don't know if it was a foul ball or if it just ricocheted off the glove. The umpire is saying foul ball. But
go out and ask for help.
Yeah, Kanab's saying it just come off his glove, but umpire did say, maybe they corrected it. They're going to let the runner stay there. So it wasn't a foul ball, just a swing and a miss, and caromed off the catcher's glove. Now you're for Coach Bundy. You got to consider, hey, what do we do with Griffin Bone here with first base open?
I know what I'd do with him. In a 3-1 ball game, I'd put him on.
Well, the 2 hitters behind him are 0 for 4. Or, excuse me, no, Cash Kabonic did get the triple, so.
Strike 1. Here's a little nugget for you. Enterprise assistant coach Dallin Clove and his wife had their 5th baby this week, a little girl.
Yeah, congratulations to
Coach
Clove. Clove, yeah.
One ball, 1 strike.
He was a heck of a player.
Was he?
Yeah. He swung it from the left side. Good hitter.
Swing and a miss.
Hey, didn't need to worry about pitching around him. Staley once again buckles down with runners in scoring position and gets a big strikeout right there for out number 2. That's going to leave it up to Maddox Baird to see if he can't pick up those 2 runners out there as he's flown out to right field and then reached on an air.
So, Maddox Baird, first pitch, curveball right there, strike 1. He's been able to freeze him.
Yeah.
With that curveball there that starts over the middle and breaks away. Comes back inside, strike 2.
Ooh. 0-2. I'm not sure if I was Maddox Baird, if I'd have let that one go, but he's a catcher. We talked about it. He understands and knows the strike zone probably better than anybody, and that's a ball 1.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That swings and misses. So Parker Staley comes back with 3 strikeouts in the inning. And no runs, no hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left, 2 runners left on base. So at the end of 4.5, it's 3-1 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
Drive for a winning team. DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on DP.
Your source for high school sports.
KSVC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. Still trying to figure out my stuff, Coach. I got 88 pitches for Mr. Staley.
You know, we talked about both these two pitchers. What some gutsy performances so far. Both of them have 8 strikeouts apiece. Bone had 7 in a row there, and then picks up 1 more over the next 2 innings. But Staley just gets better when runners are in scoring position. Talk about gutsy and a gamer. You know, those clutch performances. Every time he needs to, he comes up clutch.
So Clayton Bowler ties Staley. Jackson Hyatt to face Griffin Bone. First pitch fouled off to the left-hand side by Clayton Bowler, batting from the left side. So the 0-1 from Griffin Bone. Another one fouled off to the left-hand side, strike 2.
Yeah, just a little late on the fastball. Needs to start that swing a little sooner. Pick up the pitch recognition quicker.
So 0-2. Got some oohs and ahs from the Cowboy crowd.
Did you know you can get free fries when you download the app at McDonald's?
Oh, yeah?
That's a pretty bright sign out there right now.
That is. That's about the only thing I'm brave enough to eat at McDonald's is the fries. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Wow. We're seeing 2 excellent pitching duels right here, and that's why we talked about it earlier, folks, is the pitch count. We're keeping track, but we're really not. We know it's going to come down to these two pitchers and this team to get on to the next one in the semifinal game versus South Sevier. You got to win this one, and they're going to ride these 2 horses all the way to the end.
9 strikeouts, 88 pitches at the end of that half inning for Parker Staley. That ball stays upstairs for ball 1. 54 coming into this inning for Griffin Bone.
Yeah, he's been really efficient.
The 5th pitch here, so he's at almost near 60. Next pitch, lifted off to the right-hand side, foul. One out here. So Maddox Baird set out there, pitch is right there, but Ty Staley wasn't offering.
No, really good pitch right there, but Staley patient at the plate and doesn't chase. Struck out his only time up against
Griffin Bone takes ball 3.
Yeah, 3-1. Now it's a hitter's count. He's got to be looking for his pitch.
Yeah, Griffin hadn't walked anybody yet. There's strike 2.
Yeah, just made the adjustment. He was missing away, trying to, and it's not that he was really missing. He was just trying to paint that outside corner, see if he couldn't get Staley to roll over something, but he had to bring that one in over the plate for strike 2.
So the count's full to Staley. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Looking. Looky-loo, the 10th strikeout. 8 swinging, 2 looking for Griffin Bone. Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-1 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. Enterprise beat Jackson Hyatt to face Griffin Bone. Jackson Hyatt, his only time up, struck out back in the 3rd inning. Number 9 hitter's first at bat in the 3rd inning tells you things are going pretty good for your pitcher. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, and right now it just seems to be better command of the fastball for Griffin Bone as he's just able to, basically he's got pinpoint accuracy out there, throws the ball right where he wants it, and he's got a little bit more velocity than these Enterprise hitters are struggling.
Called strike 2 right out there in that outside corner. Comes inside, goes outside.
Because he's only thrown a few curveballs.
Yeah.
He's just primarily just pounding the zone with the fast.
2-2. 6th pitch in the at-bat, though, to Jackson Hyatt. Here's the pitch, though, way outside.
Yeah, had him 0-2 and now falls behind 3 straight balls to make the count full.
Like I said, he hadn't walked anybody yet. 10 strikeouts, no walks, just the 2 hits for Enterprise. Here's the pitch. Oh, up there again. So he just all of a sudden lost command of that fastball and everything was up.
Like you said, that's the first walk issued by Griffin Bone.
Yeah, and that problem is it gets you back to the top of the order and Brady Crouch.
Yeah, and of all the hitters, Crouch seems to be seeing the pitches probably better than anyone on this Enterprise team. Has the triple, but then he hit the hard ball to the third baseman, grounded out to Verosco his second time up.
So Bone takes a look at Hyatt over there. They come to the high again. Oh, ball 1. That was lifted to right field. Right fielder Cash Kubanik out there. He's got it for the F9 in the 3rd out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 5 complete, it's 3-1. Kanab Cowboys will be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Centricom believes
895 North Main in Nephi has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheel shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps!
And welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field here on the campus of Brigham Young University, where Kanab leads Enterprise 3-1. We're here in the top of the 6th inning, and Parker Staley still on the mound. Cash Kabonic at the plate. He struck out his first time looking and had a triple and an RBI, and there's going to be a base hit into left center field. Looks like he's going to round first and go for 2. And he's going to have a stand-up double to start this 6th inning for the Kanab Cowboys.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Cash Kabonic. That's his second hit in the ball game. 5th hit in the ball game for the Kanab Cowboys. So they got the leadoff runner on here in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, and this is where Staley has done his best pitching, is when runners get in scoring position. He just becomes a different pitcher out there on the mound and really just has dominated. Kanab had a runner at third with no outs, did not score. Runners at second and third with 1 out, did not score.
So Brogan Verotzko is going to take his chances. First pitch swinging, fouls that off the right-hand side.
Verotzko ground out to the pitcher, struck out looking his last time up, but he's played some nice defense at third base.
So 0-1 on its way. Swing disc got a piece of that. Came straight back just off the end of the bat, too.
Yeah. Well, 7, 8, 9 hitters for Kanab so far, combined 1 for 6.
What do we got going on over in the convention center? Is it going to be a nightmare getting out of here tonight?
Whoa.
Fouled off back there.
There's a lot of people over there, isn't there? Is it graduation?
I don't know. Concert or something, maybe. Heck, I don't know. A lot of people there. Hope of America. Okay, there's one that's hit right inside. Good stop there by the first baseman, Kyle Bundy, to keep that ball from going on out into the right field.
Yeah.
That would have scored the run.
That would have. Clint did a nice job just diving, snagging that, got up quickly. Run over, touched first base, but a good piece of hitting from Verotzko because he moves the runner from second to third.
Yep, just 1 out. Chance to get that addition, get that third run. There's that 3-run cushion there. That's a big one. Waylon White squares and pulls it back, takes ball 1.
Yeah, I would not be a bit surprised if they don't try to bunt this run in, regardless of the situation right here with Waylon White.
Well, that swings at the next one.
Faked us out. Looks like they're going to bunt and then go ahead and swing away.
Well, he can bunt.
Mm-hmm. And he's got good speed.
Drag bunt,
But more than anything, him, even whether he gets on base or not, getting that run in from third's the most important part.
That one stays up. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And I think Coach Brinkerhoff hollering over to Coach Orton, first base coach, telling him to get someone on deck. Maybe going to get a pinch hitter ready to bat for Ryan East, who is on deck. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, so they're going to get someone.
Looked like number 7 had the bat there.
Yep.
So the 3-1 to Waylon White. They walked him. Probably not the thing he wanted to do. That's probably got the best speed on the ball club.
Yeah, now they did have 7. Now they've switched it up. They've got number 34. Don't have his first name, but Holder coming to the plate. We'll see if we can get his first name. That'll be a pinch hit situation.
Jaden, I think it's Jaden Holder.
Ryan East will definitely re-enter, but it'll be interesting, too, with first and third situation. Waylon White, great speed. How Enterprise decides they're going to defend this situation.
Yeah, Jaden Holder. Just heard the PA announcer. That came to my mind. Hey, so Ryan East may be removed. And Jaden Holder has played some first base. So batting from the left-hand side with one out. Waylon White's not running. Holder takes a good healthy cut. Strike one.
And Holder swings it from the left side, looking to hopefully pull the ball here.
Kind of blocking off what Waylon White's doing over there from Stauffer, too. Maybe give him advantage if he does go. Not going. Fouls it off to the left-hand side. So Holder comes on, swinging the bat. Brian Easton struck out twice, like you said. So Holder, a big kid. Oh, that one's down. Gets away from Stauffer momentarily.
Yeah, right there, even the ball bouncing away, and Waylon
didn't go.
Didn't go, no.
He was headed back to first base. I'm not sure. He's leaning out there now. There he goes. Swinging a miss. They let him go. They was going to see if the man broke from third base, but he didn't. So the stolen base and the strikeout gives us 2 outs. That's going to get us back to the top of the order with Cale Glover. Cale's going to have to get it done. He's got 2 possibilities out there. If he can find a hole somewhere, speed of Waylon White, something just gets through the infield, he's more than likely going to score.
Yeah, and that's the 9th strikeout for Staley.
Strike one.
Yeah, Staley's starting to throw a few more curveballs here as Kel Glover gets his 4th chance to see Staley.
Next pitch. There it is, strike one. Strike two. I thought that first pitch was the ball. But strike. 2 strikes to Cale Glover. Staley from the windup. Curveball. Woo. Just missed.
Yeah, and Glover, the fans for Enterprise did not like that one, and Glover kind of buckled him, but a little up in the zone. Ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's hit foul off to the right-hand side. I think that got off the foot of Glover.
Yeah, and Glover's got to be, but he's got to be protecting up there. 1-2, shorten up his swing. You know, he's got to be looking fastball, but then adjust to the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, they're playing him to slap that ball to right field or straight up center and left field. Steps out, back in now. Staley's got his signal. Here's the pitch. Oh, fouls went off. Up in the eyeball area.
Yeah, Coach Brinkerhoff really telling him, hey, take your eyes to the ball right here. See the ball hit the bat.
With the pitch, curveball. Kind of buckled him at first, but hits it out there. Center fielder comes in, but can't get it.
Wow, that's going to be
score 1.
That's going to be huge. Crouch come in and laid out for it, just not able to come up with the play there. It was going to be a tough one, drop in between him, but he made a great effort. That's going to be a base hit, double, and score 2 runs.
2 runs. Be the 7th hit. And the 5th run. There, you got the 4-run cushion now out there. That's going to bring up Jackson Riddle.
Yeah, good piece of hitting, too, from Glover.
Jackson Riddle, 0 for 3. He lifts 1 foul to the left-hand side.
And they haven't put the other run up, but it's 5-1, right?
Yep, it's 5-1. Yeah, there was 2 runners on there. Waylon White was the trailing runner. Yep, they're telling him around. There's one that just slapped the right field. That's going to score another run. Good piece of hitting there from Jackson Riddle to go the opposite way.
Yeah, just took that curveball and went the other way with it. Picks up the RBI single, scoring Kel Glover from second base.
Yeah, Coach Cal Bundy's going to make a trip to the mound. Well, Coach Bundy figures out what he's going to do. We'll go back to the studio. You're on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet and flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out. Shepherd's will do the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks from Shepherd's. With new hours from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, shop Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done. Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group. If building dreams is how you make your living, demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Choose from skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, compact excavators, and more. Built-in visibility, stability, and comfort allow you to work with a higher level of confidence, speed, and efficiency. Learn more about the performance of New Holland construction equipment. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Your source for high school sports.
KSVC. So we got some changes. Clint Bundy's the new pitcher. We'll give you the rest of them here in just a second. First pitch, curveball. Right in there to Lane Sims for strike one. Parker Staley goes to shortstop. Trayson Randall moves to second base. Jackson Hyatt goes to left field. That ball's hit off the glove. Over to first base for the 4-3 putout, the final out of the inning. But the Kanab Cowboys, they come up with 3 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There were no errors. And what do they have? 1 runner left on base. So after 5.5, it's 6-1 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Dr. Richard Yardley grew up on a cattle ranch and learned the values of hard work and simple truths, like fences don't repair themselves. The same is also true with our vision. Mountain View Vision Center, located in Richfield, has the solution for your optometry needs. From a youngster's first glasses, pre- and post-operative LASIK consultation, or treating cataracts, Mountain View Vision Center is a clear choice. Dr. Yardley trained at the Moran Eye Center and served as the president of Utah's Optometric Association. Mountain View Vision is a winning team, proud to sponsor our local high school athletes.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Your source for high school sports.
KSVC. Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning of a 6-1 ball game in the favor of Kanab Cowboys. And Enterprise is going to bring Carson Stauffer, Trayson Randall, and Jake Sanderson, the heart of the order. See what they can do here against Griffin Bone, who's pitching to Jim. Just came into this inning with 63 pitches. Yeah, Parker Staley ran out of pitches. He ended up with 111. The limit's 110. He's done for the tournament.
Yeah, he threw a great game, too. I mean, just Kanab's come up with a few more runs.
So, first pitch to Carson Stoffers, fouled off to the right-hand side for strike one. See if the long layoff had any effect on Griffin Bone. Next pitch, curveball. Dandy, he hasn't thrown many, but that was a good one.
No, he hasn't thrown many. Hasn't really had to, but that was a good one right there for sure. Makes the count 0-2. Stoffer reached on an air, had an RBI, and then grounded out to Griffin Bone his last time up.
Glad you can read. I'm having trouble seeing my scorebook now, getting dark here in the broadcast booth. Next pitch is up for ball one.
Speaking of dark, there's a few lights that are out. Kind of surprising.
Looky there. Hope you guys don't mind my old eyes here. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Curveball is lifted to the right-hand side. Let's see if Cash Kabanik can get there. He's there. He's got it. The F9 for out number 1. Good coverage there by Cash Kabanik in right field. That's going to bring up Trayson Randall. Trayson 1 for 2 in the ball game with a strikeout and a single and a stolen base.
Shortstop, number 6, Trayson Randall.
The long foul ball there down the third baseline. Griffin Bone hasn't, obviously the pitch count, because we saw it with Staley run out of pitches, but Griffin Bone's done a nice job, been really efficient with his pitches.
That one gets past Maddox Baird all the way back to the backstop. Even things up at 1-1. Yeah, 10 strikeouts, 2 base on balls for Griffin Bone. Just 63 pitches coming into the inning. Next pitch misses away for ball 2. Me and Tabin were 1 pitch off on that thing, but we close enough, huh?
Well,
throwing hand grenades out there.
Maddox Baird held that one there for a while too. He questioned that one.
Foul back. Even things up, 2-2. Trayson Randall's tough out, good speed. Stole the bases last time out there after a single. Griffin Bone taking a long time getting that signal. Here he deals. Tries to get inside under the arms there of Trayson Randall, but Trayson not going for it.
No.
That's where he went after him last time. Yep, did it again, but hits it right at up. Ryan East has re-entered the ball game and makes the error.
Yeah, kind of waited on that big hop, and it kind of hit right where it goes from the grass turf to the dirt turf right there, and it just kind of shot past him. He's saying I should have got both hands and got in front of it. And that's the one thing at first base is you can be a backstop, right? You can knock it down however you can. You usually have time. You got to get in front of it.
So, runner on first base, that brings up Jake Sanderson. Strikeout swinging, strikeout looking. Tough day for Jake. First pitch on that outside corner for strike 1. We got 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning of a 6-1 ball game in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. Griffin Bone pitching to Jim so far. Goes to first base. Trying to catch Trayson Randall. Getting a little too far off there. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Jake Sanderson swung it right over the top of that one.
He might have swung at ball one. Instead it's 0-2 as he chased that fastball down and away.
Another throw across. Randall gets back. Boys, it's just about past my bedtime.
What is the pitch count for Griffin?
We're at 63, so let me...
63 going into this.
Yeah. There's one that's hit right back up the middle. First base hit for Jake Sanderson. Randall holds at first. Or at second, I mean. So just the third hit in the ball game puts runners at first and second. How many pitches did you have, Tavin? For 84 now for
The pitcher, number 5,
Griffin Bone. Tavin's our guy from V6 Media, keeping statistics and score here on the technical side of things. Brings up Clint Bundy. Clint's 0 for 2. He just one to the right-hand side. That's going to get... Yeah, that's going to get out of play.
Well, and the pitch count is important at this point because, there's still only one out. Enterprise has runners at first and second. Griffin Bone wants to be able to get through this inning and still have enough to finish the 7th inning right here. But the more these Enterprise hitters take pitches and put balls in play, it's going to be closer on that towards the end where he's going to be on that 110.
That going to find a hole. Maybe not deep enough to score a run. They're going to hold up Randall. I don't know where that cutoff is going to. But back-to-back hits. Loads him up.
Yeah, he had only given up 2 hits through 5 1/3, and now he's give up 2 back-to-back right here for the 4th hit. Kanab still leads, but that's going to bring Coach Orton out of the dugout to maybe go out to the mound and make a visit here.
He's asking for timeout there.
Yep.
All right. Well, while Coach Orton going out there and finding out what's going on, we'll go back to the studio. You're on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Rocky Mountain Turf Farm prides themselves on being family-owned and operated for 45 years. They offer locally grown Kentucky bluegrass with multiple varieties available, WaterStar certified options included. Sod is cut and delivered daily with install options available from residential to commercial. They even guarantee their grass sod to be disease-free, weed-free, alive, and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com.
Okay, we're back. They leave Griffin Bone there. Coach is going to talk to him, I think he's reminding what Parker Staley did with that last one of his, drove it deep out there to left field. It wasn't out, but so dangerous hitter. He's talking over what they want to do, where they want to go. They're playing back. So, strike one. Good start there. Strike one to Parker Staley. Playing back for the double play. He'll give up a run here with a 5-run lead. Or trade a run for an out even if they just get the one. Staley calls for time and gets it. Steps back in.
In the outfield and left field, they're a little bit deeper. Center pretty much straight away, and then right field a little bit actually in a little shallower.
That was fouled off to the right side.
This is one situation where maybe as an outfield you deepen up a little bit. If you'd rather give up a single than let something get past you on this field, which would definitely clear the bases.
Yeah, we've already seen that. Something gets past you, it's going all the way to the wall, and there's a lot of space. So the 0-2. Goes right at him. He fouls it right straight back.
Yeah, and you look at back to the 2 singles back to back to to Jake Sanderson and Clint Bundy. They've seen a lot of fastballs from Griffin Bone. They were ready.
Here's the 0-2. 1 out. Griffin Bone deals. That's a curveball hit at the second baseman. There's your double play ball. They're going to get it. No. 1 run scores. but they do get the runner out at second base. Sanderson goes to third. And on the fielder's choice, Staley reaches.
Yeah, and that would have been interesting to see because that actually came off of Bones' glove. It was hit towards the middle, which you had not Glover, second baseman, Jackson Riddle was kind of playing up the middle, but it ricocheted right to him. He flipped over to Glover, and then the double play, just I think the runner sliding in, he wasn't able to get everything he wanted on that throw and kind of one-hopped it to East, and even if it was a clean throw, I'm not sure they'd have got the double play.
Tried the old deke play. Nobody give it away. Clayton Bowler at the plate. He struck out twice against Griffin Bone today. So it's a 6-2 ball game. Griffin Bone deals. That ball's hit towards the second baseman, Jackson Hyatt. He's got it over to first with the 4-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. But the Kanab Cowboys come up with one, or the Enterprise Wolves come up with one on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. So at the end of 6 complete, it's 6-2 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Utah Radio Sports Network.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
We're off right with great deals on these top-of-the-line products. Get grilling with the best. A 2-pack of 16-pound original charcoal by Kingsford is only $19.88. Complete your outdoor patio set with a Four Seasons Courtyard Sunny Isles extra large zero-gravity chair for $59.99. That's a savings of $40 or more. Don't miss out. Get these bargains of the month while supplies last at Lumber Plus True Value in Kanab.
Okay, we're back. Griffin Bone takes the first pitch. First strike. Clint Bundy's still dealing. He throws that one past Carson Stauffer in the dirt.
Yeah, Bundy come in relief of Staley, who ran out of pitches, and he got Lane Sims to ground out second baseman and end the inning.
Tavin has Griffin Bone for 91 pitches, so that leaves them with 19 to try and finish that 7th inning.
That's going to be important as Enterprise finally got some base runners on and had a little bit of life in them in that 6th inning.
1-1 pitch. Bundy kind of cocks it and lets loose.
I think trying to get that curveball.
Mm-hmm. Kind of throwing like the old catchers were taught to throw. Back there behind the ear. Just whips that, and that's going to be a base hit right past the diving Parker Staley. 8th hit.
Griffin Bone, 3 for 4. Triple, single, strikeout, single.
Yep, I've got 8 hits.
Yeah, that was the 8th hit.
Yep. So Griffin Bone leans off with the single. Maddox Baird, Cash Kabonik next. Maddox Baird 1 for 2 in the ball game. Curveball. Stays down for ball 1.
Yeah, Maddox Baird, and then you got the hot hitting Cash Kabonik on deck. He's tripled and doubled in his last 2 at-bats.
So the 1-0 on its way. Right there. Strike one. Pickoff attempt. Griffin Bone gets back. So the 1-1 to Maddox Baird on its way. Not sure where that one missed, but it did.
Yeah, just a little in.
We're offset about 20 feet to the first base dugout side of home plate. Can't see that inside pitch down there. Got a guy with a blue shirt and a mask on down there. That one bounces. That's going to send Griffin Bone to second base. That'll make the count 3-1.
Well, and any run at this point's an added insurance run. If you're Kanab, you got to love the opportunity of having Griffin Bone at second base with no outs.
Yeah, you got a 4-run lead right now. That, a bases loaded home run could finish something like that pretty quick. So that 5th run would be big when you can come up, give the grand slam and regroup, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Kanab's got to do everything they can to get that 1 run in and get that lead at least to 5. Right now they do lead 6-2. And they've been pretty much in control since the 4th inning?
Yep.
Yep.
So the 3-1 pitch to Maddox Baird is lifted foul back here towards us. Count goes full.
I was just going to say that time Baird took a lot off that swing. He wasn't trying to, really drive something in a gap. He was just trying to put the ball in play, and that's all he needs to do right here. If he can get something to the right side, move the runner up from second to third.
Is that one foul? Stauffer comes back. He runs out of room. I think that hit the net.
Yeah, he made a good effort and just kind of run out as that ball did come down and hit the net.
So we'll do it again. Counts full. Nobody out. Griffin Bone at second base with a 6-2 lead for the Kanab Cowboys. The pitch from Clint Bundy. Curveball, swing and a miss.
Good pitch. Bundy really made a good pitch right there for the strikeout. Nice curveball.
First strikeout for Clint Bundy.
Right fielder, number 27, Cash Cabana.
Brings up Cash Kabonic, like you said. He's been a hot hitter. Takes first pitch, strike one.
Another curveball from Bundy.
Cash Kabonic, 3 for 4 in the ball game. Curveball, he lifts that one to the shortstop side. Parker Staley's there, got it for the P6 and out number 2. So that brings up Brogan Verotsko.
Yep, Verotsko right now still looking for his first base hit of the game. He's 0 for 3.
Here's the pitch. So he had one that he could hit, but just got under it.
Yep. Good swing. He's grounded out to the pitcher, struck out, and then grounded out to third baseman on a really nice play from when Bundy was playing first as he dove, knocked it down, basically got it clean in the glove, and then run over, stepped on the base.
So we got a pinch hitter. It's number 7.
Yeah, that's going to be number 7 is Perkins.
Wayland, no, not Perkins. Perkins, what's it? I can't remember.
I don't have the first name for Perkins. Brody Perkins.
Brody Perkins.
Yep. Interesting time too to make a change, but one strike, maybe just like the matchup, and felt like maybe Brody Perkins gives him a chance to get that run in.
Curveball, just pokes that to the right-hand side. First baseman's going to take that for the G3 and out number 3. So, no runs on one hit, no errors, and there was one runner left on base. So at the end of 6.5, it's 6-2 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery. Check out their great cut fruit program with wonderful fresh-cut fruit daily. And everyone loves Honey's famous talking truck, Rusty. Get all this with the hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
The Kane County School District is proud to serve students and parents in Kane County while making it a priority to focus on every student every day. Kane County School District makes it easy and convenient to find information about local schools, the district calendar, announcements, Board of Education minutes, as well as your students' grades and attendance, all at kanek12.org. That's kanek12.org. You can also follow the Kane County School District on Facebook. Rigor, Relationships, Relevance. The Kane County School District.
Your source for high school sports.
KSBC. Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. Griffin Bone gets ready to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning. Tavin here with V6 Media has him at 91 pitches, so that gives him 19 pitches to try and finish out the Enterprise Wolves. In only one inning has he gone. That last inning was the only inning that he went over 19 pitches by my count. So if he can live up to what he's done so far in the ball game, he's got to do it with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters.
Yeah, I was going to say he starts with 8, 9, and 1. That's Ty Staley, who's got a strikeout swinging, a backwards K, and then Jackson Hyatt also strikeout swinging, and then drew the walk his last at bat.
Yeah. So your 8 and 9 hitters have only been up twice against Griffin Bone in the ball game. Maybe their third time they get a look at him. Not sure Maddox Baird puts one out to.
I think he was trying to keep his outfielder alive right here.
Yeah, just checking, make sure everybody's awake here. Out there in the middle of that big Y.
Yeah.
So, Ty Staley, Jackson Hyatt, and Brady Crouch to face Griffin Bone. It's do or die. They need 4 to extend the ball game, 5 to win it. First pitch from Griffin Bone. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
You know, that's one thing about Enterprise that, you know, they come out swinging. They're not even taking a strike right here. But Griffin Bone comes out throwing strikes.
Next pitch. That's lifted towards the right side. Right there, Cash Kabanik in right field for the F9, out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out.
Number 2, Jackson Hyatt.
Carbon 8, Canyon View, nothing at the end of 4. Score from Robert Lovell over at Kearns Field, Cottonwood High School. First pitch to Jackson Hyatt. Catches that outside corner on the top portion of the strike zone. Griffin Bone's done a good job of moving the ball around, mixing up the curveball here and there.
He really wanted that one. That's probably the most emotion we've seen him all game long on the mound. He just stays really level-headed and calm and just continues to pitch, but right there he really wanted that one.
Next pitch, swing and lifted to the left-hand side, and it's going to go foul and going to get out of play in about the 5th row behind the dugout there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. They're down to their last 2 outs are the Enterprise Wolves. Jackson Hyatt, Brady Crouch in the on-deck circle. So you will have to face top part of the order, at least Brady Crouch, regardless of what happens here. Lifted another one. Foul did Jackson Hyatt.
Yeah, Hyatt just laid on the fastball. Fouled 2 in a row off to that third base over the dugout. Shallow in left field and shading him in center field to go to the left side as well.
Here's the pitch. That's out to Waylon White. He's going to move to his left. Corrals it.
Yeah, had him played positioned perfectly to go that way, and Wyatt or Waylon White didn't have to go far to make that catch.
I think they'd seen these guys a time or two. What do you think? So down to their last out. Brady Crouch, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Had that triple and scored back in the first inning. Grounded out to the third baseman and flew out to the right fielder.
Yeah, now you got where Crouch has hit 2 balls to right field, making the adjustment defensively out there.
Yeah, he thought he was going to get that fastball, but he got the curveball and a dandy from Griffin Bone.
Yeah, Cash Kabanik out there playing pretty much straight away and right, and he's deepened up.
Here's the 0-1, another curveball. That's going to catch the corner for strike 2. Gives him a lot of options right here.
Yeah, he just looked at the dugout and give him one. One more, he says. 0-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
6-2 in favor of Kanab. Griffin Bone deals, throws, that's lifted to the right-hand side. Going to have to do one more.
Yeah. He had a little extra zip on that one, too. He went curveball, and then brought the heater.
Yeah, and Crouch was behind it. So here's the 0-2 again. Blows it right. Nope, they're saying no. I thought he went.
I thought he might have too. It was a high fastball kind of up and in, and he checked his swing, was able to hold back as the umpire said no, he didn't go.
Bet we don't have instant replay, huh? 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Griffin Bone deals. It's going to be right up the middle, and that's in there for a base hit.
Yeah, Crouch has had a great game. You know, started the game off with the triple, got that first run scored, made a great effort. We saw him a couple innings ago out there in center field, but comes up with another hit, just refuses to go away quietly.
So I have him at 103. Carson Stauffer. 0 for 2. This one to the right-hand side. That's going to get foul. Strike 1.
Yeah, and
Brady Crouch was on the move.
He was stealing. And if you're Griffin Bone, you can't worry about that one run or anybody else on the field. You're playing for 1 out.
That's what he just did. He just looked at the dugout, looked over there and says,
yeah. He doesn't need to throw over anything else, just play for the 1 out. In fact, a lot of times you'll just see in this situation the first baseman not even hold him on, just play behind.
Strike 2. When it gets off, just fouls that one off.
Yeah, you see it in the major leagues a lot, even at some of the different college levels where the first baseman right here is not holding the runner on. They're playing behind. They're playing for 1 out, but Kanab's going to choose to hold the runner.
So the 0-2. Carson Stauffer. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. That was fouled right back to us.
Yeah, I had that one.
We'll do it again.
Net stopped it.
Yeah. Good thing, because I bet this ain't shatterproof glass.
No, it looks like pretty much real glass, but Brady Crouch got to be getting tired out there. He was going again.
So the 0-2, we'll do it again. Here's the pitch. There he goes. Oh, that one gets away for ball 1.
Yeah, and that's probably not a bad thing if you're Kanab. Now you can just play your position. Same thing at shortstop and second base. You just play your position. If he chooses to go, he goes.
I have 107 pitches.
So he would, regardless of this situation, he would be able to finish once they hit the 110, right?
Yeah, if he's facing the batter
yeah.
with that. That may just do it. That ball's lifted to right field. Cash Kabanik coming in, and he's got it. Raises his hands, the F8. The third out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on. Your final score is going to be 6-2 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab. Not only do they have the highest standard of customer service and the friendliest checkers in Utah, you'll save 15 cents per gallon of high-quality Chevron gasoline when you spend $50 or more. Save at Glazier's Family Market with their weekly specials, and be sure to check out their digital ads. Check out the Stage Stop convenience store. For guaranteed freshness in their meat and produce and short lines, visit Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab.
For enjoyable Western dining, there's only one stop in Southern Utah, Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant in Kanab. Stop in for their special chicken fried steak with Bob's homemade country gravy and delicious Western entrees. They also offer takeout. Just call 644-2488. That's 644-2488. Houston's Trails Inn features remote site catering. Anywhere, anytime, anyplace. Just phone 435-899-2140. So make plans to stop by Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant and mobile catering in Kanab, where the waitresses wear guns on their hips and a smile on their lips.
Shop Lumber Plus True Value in Kanab for great bargains of the month. Start the summer off right with great deals on these top-of-the-line products. Get grilling with the best. A 2-pack of 16-pound original charcoal by Kingsford is only $19.88. Complete your outdoor patio set with a Four Seasons Courtyard Sunny Isles extra large zero-gravity chair for $59.99. That's a savings of $40 or more. Don't miss out. Get these bargains of the month while supplies last at Lumber Plus True Value in Kanab.
Live high school sports action on
KSVC.
Okay, well, we're in the Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet post-game show. Enterprise, well, they beat them twice this year, but they can't do it the third time. Third time's a charm for the Kanab Cowboys when it really counts. They come up with the 6-2 win. Enterprise comes up with 2 runs. They do it on 5 hits. They had 5 errors, which is uncharacteristic of a Cal Bundy team, and they left 5 on base. Kanab Cowboys came up with 6 runs. They do it on 8 hits, just the 2 errors, and they left 7 on base. And I had 117 pitches, the final pitch count for Griffin Bone. What a thing he did. Why don't you give me the numbers on Griffin Bone here?
Yeah, Griffin Bone had a great outing. He had 10 strikeouts. Part of that was the first, second, and third inning where he put together a combined 7 straight strikeouts. He finished the first inning with 3, the second 3, and then to start the third inning he had 1. He finishes with 10 overall, but just super efficient. Like you mentioned, he was able to go the distance, and then he done it at the plate too. He was 3 for 4. He had a triple and 2 singles, and we felt like Enterprise had the advantage, but they had to go through Griffin Bone, and Griffin Bone, he willed his way to victory and led this Kanab team.
That's the way the script was written. So, he had the 1 base on balls. He did not hit a batter. So, he comes up with the 6-2 victory. That means that they're going to play, let's see, I'm kicking stuff around.
While you're looking at that, too, I want to mention that Cash Kabanik, he had a great day at the plate, too. He had a triple and a double, but made a lot of nice plays out there in right field as well.
So Kanab will play the 4:30 game tomorrow afternoon. Enterprise will drop down here, and they will play the winner of the Beaver Duchesne San Juan. Oh no, Beaver will. Where we got here? San Juan, loser 14.
Yeah,
that was Kanab or Enterprise. So they'll play Enterprise at 1:30. Will Enterprise and San Juan. Beaver and Duchesne at 11 a.m. The 4:30 game will be the South Sabir Kanab game, and The 7 o'clock game will be the winners of the earlier games, the Beaver Duchesne, Enterprise, San Juan. So that's kind of the way things look like. Tomorrow we'll be right back here with our crew from V6 Media out there in the Uinta Basin. Final score here, 6-2 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. He's Nolan Anderson. This is Willie Akers. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to High School Baseball.